I'm just going to be showing you guys my Fortnite settings. I'm just making sure it doesn't like lag out when I'm doing this. Alright. So guys, obviously we're going to start with the first ones. Sorry about the green screen when this happens. Alright, so first, brightness is all the way up because I have a which kind? I have a RCA TV, so it like doesn't get that much brightness. And then I have a 1x, which is technically zero interface. Then my colorblind mode is this. I used to do the original. As you can see, that's really dark for me. So that's why I like running try to Note 10 with a 10% colorblind strength. And I do have motion blur, but I don't know why, so I'm just gonna turn that off. Alright, anyway, matchmaking region, auto, aka NA East. People who have NA West, you guys are like, it's just probably the way that your internet runs, but for me, I always do auto, even if like it brings me to Middle East, but I would always do auto because it probably would put me to NA East. Anyway, so we have toggle sprinting off, just because I don't like wanting to like having to put my controller down and me still sprinting, because then I'll probably die in a solo game. And if you guys don't have sprint by default, what are you doing? Actually, speaking of this, guys, I'm actually gonna make it so you guys can see better. There we go. Alright. So what this is doing is, so if you can see, this is, I don't have, so like instead of having to like push your controller in, you can just move it forward and you'll automatically be able to do that. So that's how that works. But anyway, I do have auto open doors because I do play a lot of creative, but when I don't play creative, I would turn that on. Sprint cancels reload, you never want to have that on, because that means if you're reloading. But anyway, this is all pretty basic. I do have mark danger when targeting on. I don't know, I just feel like that helps me. Auto pick up weapons. You don't really want to have that auto to swap pickup. I don't really use that because I don't even know what that does, and I don't care. Auto pick up weapons, you don't want to use that, because that means if you just walk up to, like, I'll show you right here. If you just walk up to a weapon, you'll automatically pick it up. But imagine this: if you are if you see like a green charge, like actually a grade charge, and then you see a gold one, and you pick up the green, you're probably gonna die in that way, and then you won't then you'll have to pick up one, and then you'll keep picking. It's just a lot to handle, and it really pisses you off. I do have auto sort consumables to the right because I just am used to that. Now here's where it gets important. Reset building choice. So if I turn that off, I'll edit, but then it's just a really good thing to be able to do. But turbo building you always want to have on, so that means like you just be able to, like, this is L2, by the way. I'm just gonna hold this and I'll be able to build. But if you can see, if I turn that off, I won't be able to build. See, look, I'll keep having to press it, which I don't think anybody wants to do, because that just makes it harder to build. Now here's where it gets important. Confirm edit on release is tricky, but I'm like Flea, because that's whose settings they are, and I like it's. So I'll get into that in a couple. I'll get into the controller binds in a couple minutes, but the reason I don't have that on is because I have double edit keys, so I am able just to like flick my fingers like that, and then you can get really fast with it. So it's really easy to do. If you guys want to do like something else, you can. But you guys like, because if you can see that it's it is kind of a little hard. Like this, you can use your control, and it's just flicking basically. But anyway, okay, OCD right there. All right, but anyway, so that's that part. I don't know what this is, so I don't really use that. This is all pretty much basic. I do have tap to interact. So what that means is when you like if you open a chest or revive somebody, all you have to do is just tap square and you'll be able to do it right away. So all you have to really do is just tap square and you'll be able to just tap it and you'll be able to do that. But anyway, that's pretty much that. I do have turbo delete on, but I don't usually make maps, so I don't really use that much. The only reason I would have recorded replays on is because I would do that for like a normal battle, like in solos if I have like a really good kill. Anyway, HUD scale 70%. I always want to see this just in case a lot of people are like watching me. That sounds really creepy. Reticle is that if you guys can see that aiming thing right in the middle of the screen, that's your reticle. So it helps you aim at stuff, and it looks really bad if you don't have it on, because then you don't know where the heck you're aiming at. So you always want to have that on. Player health, that just means at the bottom left, you'll see a shield, and you'll see a green and blue. That's how much the blue your shield, and the green is your health, obviously. And so that's that. Resources just shows how much mats you have. So you see right beside my head right here, it shows wood, brick, and metal. I can't really point that way, but metal over right there. And if I turn that off quickly, you won't be able to see any of it because you turned off resources. So you always want to have that on just in case you can see it. And also, guys, if you want, you can go check out Flea's map. The map code is on the top. Pause the video if you feel free to. All right, quick bar that is just like showing what you have on your okay, now I gotta do this. That's just showing what you have for your that's just showing what you have on your, if you see on the bottom right corner, that's just showing what you have for, that's just showing what you have in your inventory. So you always want to have that on. If you don't, that's not really going to go well for you. Anyway, continuing on, targeting info is on. That just means when that just means that if you're gonna go edit, you know that it's your edit, or if it's not. But if you turn that off, you might not know if it's your edit, just because you won't be able to see. So I have that on. Pick up loot stream, I don't know what that does, so I'm just gonna turn that off. Map and backpack keys, I don't use those, so that's not a problem for me. Elimination feed, I always want to do that, and just in case I know if my teammate or me kills somebody and it actually counts for me. That reminds me of Face Cage on a stream snipe Tifu, and he didn't even shoot him. Alright, anyway, net debug stats are off, because if you can see on the, let's just in here, if you can see on the top left, that's my ping. I do have pretty good ping, so that's not really a problem for me. So I don't really need to see it, because I just have a weird feeling that if I have it on, then it'll show more stuff and I will lag more. That's just how I think it. It might not, but anyway. the rest of this is pretty basic. I don't use reticle ammo indicator. That just means if you can see by my reticle, it'll show a couple of lines of how much it'll just show a couple of lines of how much ammo I have. I don't use that because I don't really care, because it'll automatically reload for me anyway, and I'll probably know if I have to reload or not. And vehicle controls on, I don't even know what that means, so that doesn't matter for me. I do use mouse and keyboard sometimes. You just want to copy that. Now here's where we get to the good part. I do use Flea's settings, so if you guys want to go like check the real settings, then go do that. So I do use okay, I'm gonna do this for you guys. So I'm gonna show you how you can get from the bad settings all the way to Flea settings if you feel like it. Alright. So first, it will start like that. You want to have your, oh crap, hold on. So that's what it would look usually, but I don't even know if this is a thing. So I have my edit whole time all the way down to 0.100, which means 0.100 obviously. I do have Build Immediately Builder Pro on, but I do not use Builder Pro, and I'll show you that in a second. But I usually have my look sensitivities all the way up, but then I turn on advanced settings. I usually, you guys can either do this, but you can see a huge difference like that. Like it's not as fast as Flea's. And you know what they say, if he's all about doubling his edit speed, because he's one of the best editors I know. So that's pretty much that. But the one, okay, but the one I use is 2.4 and 2.4 built-in edit, and you can actually see that that's way more faster than what it used to be. It's because I'm used to. Because here's what I thought last time. Okay, you got it. All right. Here's what I thought. I was I was running up in the 75s, thinking that, hey, if I have faster sensitivity, that means I'll be able to have faster build-in edits. Well, but in reality, that's not the case. What really is supposed to happen is you have a slower sensitivity and a faster build and edit. So that's how I came to that. And now this is pretty weird. Oh, I forgot to show you that part. All right. Now look horizontal speed and look vertical speed. They're both at 50. And now just before I continue, you don't want any boosts. Boosts are really, really bad for, well, they're not that bad, but if you don't really want to use them, because like there's no use for them. But if you guys really want to use them, then you go ahead. I'm not judging you guys, but I don't know any like professional players that use it. Anyway, ADS look horizontal and ADS look vertical. You want to put that to 12 and 12. No boost, that would already be there for you, except this one, so you want to put that all the way down. Now here's the thing. You can choose linear or exponential, but when you first put on advanced settings, it will put you on exponential. And just what that does, it's a better aiming, but as you can see, the second I move my stick, it'll have a little delay. See? Like, it has a half a second delay, but if you can see with linear, it's, if I just move it tinily, it'll have an instant movement, which I like because but if you like have a way faster sensitivity, that's going to be a really big problem like this, because then look, because if you're trying to like kill somebody like that, you're not going to be able to aim, so you'll always want to have a lower sensitivity and higher build mode. That's just how I think of it is. All right. Anyway, strength, you know I gotta do that 100. So this is what you want to do. the move-stick dead zones are always at 12, but what I have and Flea also has is you want to have the top one to 10 and the low one and the look stick as low as possible for the best aim. Now for controller, you got Switch players. You guys won't be able to do that because it doesn't show, but I'm gonna give you a quick look quickly. Yeah, so it's not much. Anyway, this is mine. I don't like hearing my music or dialogue, whatever. Cinematics, don't really care. And that's pretty much that. Sound effects all the way up. Voice chat all the way up. Now, I don't know why I have 3D headphones on because I don't use them. I do use visual sound effects so I can hear or see where people are or like moving. Anyway, voice chat on, open mic method, open mic obviously. Because I don't like want to touch a button. I don't want to press a button just to be able to talk. Party chat, party channel field match is party obviously. Chat notifications don't really use that. License, that doesn't really matter. Here are my keybinds. Now guys, I will be doing a video in a couple of days or maybe a week or so of controller versus keyboard and mouse. But that's pretty much. I don't really rotate my builds because then I'll have to unrotate them and that will really suck. I don't have a mouse. I don't have mouse buttons. As you can see, I have a normal. I have a regular mouse, so that doesn't really matter. Alright, anyway, let's get to the controller buttons. So I'm actually gonna put this up to the left for this one. Alright, so this is how this is gonna go. So so first, it's all pretty basic for this. Up on the D-pad is inventory. Left is place marker. Right is map. I think it's default. I'm not sure though. Now, double claw. So when I hold it, it's not like this. I actually hold it like this. But so that's why. So I can be able to build because my fingers are already on that. So I just push that in, and they'll do that for me. Now, here's the thing. Touchpad for edit is really easy. Like you don't even have to do a serious claw. Like you can see when I edit, it's not like all scrunched up. It's just my finger just usually just chilling there and then ready to press it. Do that. I don't have anything for R3 because I am a shaky editor. So what that means is I almost move my whole entire hand when I edit. So that's why I don't really use that. I don't want anything in interaction with that. X is obviously jump. Square is reload and interact. What interact means is like obviously like if you want to open something like a chest or heal, that's what that is. Triangle is pickaxe, that's the default. This is circle is crouch and repair. Now, here are my build binds. You guys can do that if you want. Anything as always. Now, here's this. R1 is reset, and L1 is to reset. R1 is to select, so that's like selecting that, and then R2 is confirm. And the reason I have that is, like I said, I can just do that with my fingers, like 1, 2, 1, 2, and it will be really. That's weird. And it'll be really easy for me to do that. And that's why I said that R the other ones for like confirm on releases. It's just really easy to like 1, 2, 1, 2. And it's just really easy to do. Anyway, I do not have anonymous mode on because I don't really like people who use that, so I don't do that. Obviously, you want to have can receive gifts, so if people want to gift you, you'll be able to do that. Now I do have players servers on. Well, surveys, yeah, whatever. And I don't really know what that does, but I have it on for I don't even know. Auto decline friend requests, I'm going to turn that on for now, but if you guys, so I'm going to turn that off for a couple weeks. So if you guys want to friend me, you guys can, but once I start being able to like have more subs and more viewers, then I will be turning that off because I might be getting more friend requests. But I will be turning that off for most of the time. So if you guys want to friend request me, you should now before you guys can't anymore. But if you guys want to be able to get in touch with me, I will comment my social media so you guys can go do that. Notify friends when playing. Obviously, you guys want to do that, so obviously you can see these people, and that shows that they're on. So that's that. Auto import. Don't know what that does, but I have it on. Allow cross-platform play. Yes, so that means that you can play with other people who don't have like the same thing as you. So that's good to know. Hide other player names. I don't have that on. Hidden matchmaking delay. I don't use that at all because then that would just piss people off. So obviously everything's pretty normal. I do like my settings just because they're really easy to do. Now here's the thing. I can't really do a hand cam for you guys just because I don't have like a hand cam set up. But eventually I will be. I might do a hand cam video. It just depends when I can. I'll let you guys know when I can, and I probably will do a video about it just to let you guys know that I will be able to, and you guys can comment if you guys want me to do that. But that's your choice. So anyway, that's that. I built all the way up there. Jesus. Alright, but anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. If you guys want to like the video, you guys can. I'm not those people who like, if you do not like this video, you will have the worst. Like, I don't do that. Like, I'm not that kind of person. I find that very rude. And, like, that's technically forcing your subs to do that. And I don't really do that because that's just mean. Also, guys, remember, I will comment the code if you guys want to go check this out. So yeah, that's this video. I hope you guys like this video. Subscribe if you're new. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.